Hello friends, today we shall discuss about the major landforms of the earth. So you must have seen some of the landform features as shown in the figure 6.1 below. So we shall start from this 6.1 major landform. So we can see the mountains, mountain ranges, plateaus, tributaries and plains. So all these are the different kind of landforms. So let us discuss these one by one. So you notice that the surface of the earth is not same everywhere. So the earth has an infinite variations of landforms. Some parts of the lithosphere may be rugged and some flat. These landforms are a result of two processes. What are those two processes that made different kind of landforms? So you will be amazed to know that the ground you are standing on is slowly moving. Within the earth, a continuous movement is taking place. The first is the internal process, leads to the upliftment and sinking of the earth's surface at several places. So one internal process, that is like some processes taking place inside the earth. So inside the earth there is a force that is pushing some landforms up in up direction. So those are lifting. Other location it is sinking down. So these two processes are known as the internal process and taking place continuously. So we can see that a hill is a land surface that rises higher than the surrounding area because of the force that forces it to uplift from the earth's surface. A steep hill with an elevation of more than 600 meters is termed as the mountain. Names. So one of the mountain is 8808 meters also. That is the Mount Everest. So the second is the external process. So one is internal process that takes place inside the other is the external process like the erosions and all those. So the second of the external process is the continuous wearing and rebuilding of the surface. So the wearing away of the surface is called erosion by wind and by water. The surface is being lowered by the process of erosion and rebuilt by the process of deposition. So the earth is eroded from one location and deposited at the other location. So we see the external process, the erosion and the deposition. These two processes are carried out by the running water, ice and the wind. So running ice is the glaciers. So those the rivers of the ice or the rivers of the snow, the glaciers also erode the surface. Broadly, we can group different landforms depending on elevations and slopes such as mountains, plateaus and plains. So broadly, the land can be divided into three landforms and based on the elevation and the slope, and these are the mountains, the plateaus and the plains. So what are mountains? What is the difference between mountain, plateau and plains? A mountain is any natural elevation of the earth's surface. The mountains may have a small summit and a broad base. Choti or the peak is small, but the base is broad. It is considerably higher than the surrounding area. Some mountains are even higher than the clouds. As you go higher, the climate becomes colder. In some mountains, there are permanently frozen river of ice, and these frozen river of ice are called glaciers. So there are some mountains you cannot see as they are under the sea. Because of harsh climate, less people live on the mountain areas compared to the land, compared to the plains. Since the slopes are steep, less land is available for farming. So it is very not so easy for the survival also, because without agriculture, food grain is not available. It is not easy for anyone to set up industries on those slopes, and transportation is not so easy. Construction of roads and other facilities is not so easy at the mountain slopes. So we can see that these are the fold mountains which are folded out of the earth's surface. Mountains may be arranged in a line. When there are multiple mountains, there are many mountains, so we call it a range of mountains. So many mountain systems consist of a series of parallel ranges extended over hundreds of kilometers. The Himalayas, the Alps and the Andes are mountain ranges of Asia, Europe and South America respectively. So we see Himalaya in the India, that make part of China, Nepal, Bhutan, India. The Alps in Europe. So Alps is the dividing boundary or a boundary that separate Europe from Asia. Andes are in the South America. So mountains vary in their height and shape. So Mauna Kea, Hawaii in the Pacific Ocean is an undersea mountain. So this mountain is under the sea and its height is more than Mount Everest. But since it is under the sea, we cannot see this. So there are three type of mountains. So different type of mountains are also there based on their origin. So fold mountains, block mountains and volcanic mountains. So the Himalaya mountains and the Alps are young fold mountains with the rugged relief and high conical peaks. So the Aravalli range in India is one of the oldest fold mountain systems in the world. So those mountains which have rugged relief and high conical peaks, those are the young fold mountains. However, those whose peak has been flattened are the oldest. So the range has considerably worn down due to the process of erosion by the winds. The Appalachians in North America and the Ural mountains in Russia have rounded features and low elevations. They are very old fold mountains. So block mountains. So fold mountains is when the earth surface is folded and kind of a mountain is formed. Block mountains are created when large areas are broken and displaced vertically. So fold means one fold means a peak's nature. A peak nature of earth is moved from one location, not the entire area is uplifted like in the plateau. So block mountains are when a large area are broken and displaced vertically. The uplift block are termed as host and the lower blocks are called graben. So the Rhine Valley and the Vosges mountains in the Europe are example of such mountain system. Volcanic mountains are formed due to volcanic activities, volcanic eruptions and all those. Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa and Fujiyama in Japan are example of volcano mountains. Mountains are very useful. The mountains are a storehouse of water because ice is there, glacier is there, ice is melted and rivers are formed. So reservoirs are made and the water is harnessed for use of the people for agriculture, for hydroelectricity and all those purposes. So water from mountains is also used for irrigation and hydroelectricity. The river valley and the terraces are ideal for cultivation of crops. Mountains have a rich variety of flora and fauna. The forests provide fuel, fodder, shelter and other products. Gum raisins. Mountains provide an idyllic site for tourism also. So they visit the mountains for their scenic beauties. Who visit? The tourists visit. Several sports like paragliding, hang gliding, river rafting and skiing are popular in mountains. So the third type is, and the second type is the plateaus and then the plains. A plateau is an elevated flat land. It is a flat topped table land standing above the surrounding. It is like a table. So a plateau may have one or more sides with steep slopes. The height of plateaus often varies from few hundred meters to several thousand meters. We cannot call these hills because those are table-like structures. The area is flattened for long distances and then slopes are there. So plateaus like mountains may be young or old. The Deccan Plateau in India is one of the oldest plateaus. The Eastern Africa Plateau in Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda. Which one? Eastern African Plateau. And the Western Plateau of Australia are other examples. So the Tibet Plateau is the highest plateau in the world with a height of 4,000 to 6,000 meters above the mean sea level. Plateaus are very useful because they are rich in mineral deposits. Like the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Plateaus are very useful because they are rich in mineral deposits. As a result, many of the mining areas in the world are located in the plateaus areas only. The African Plateau is famous for gold and diamond mining. In India, huge reserves of iron, coal and manganese are found in Chota Nagpur Plateau. In the plateaus area, there may be several waterfalls as the river falls from the great height. When we talk about the rivers that are flowing from the mountains, so those are coming slowly because the slopes are very steep. However, in case of plateaus, the river falls from a height and therefore waterfalls are formed. In India, the Hundru falls in Chota Nagpur Plateau on the river Subarnalekha. and the Jog Falls in Karnataka are examples of such waterfalls. So which two waterfalls? Chota Nagpur Plateau, Subarnrekha River, that is the Hundru Falls, and Jog Falls in the Karnataka are examples of the Java plateaus. Are the lava plateaus are rich in black soil and are very fertile and good for cultivation. Many plateaus have scenic spots and are of great attraction to tourism also. Now the third type of landforms is the plains. We discuss about the mountains, the plateaus, and now the plains. Plains are large stretches of flat land. They are generally not more than 200 meters above mean sea level. Some plains are extremely level, others may be slightly rolling and undulating. So some plains are extremely level, others may be slightly rolling and undulating. Most of the plains are formed by rivers and their tributaries. So plains are mostly formed by the rivers and tributaries through the deposit of algae. The rivers flow down the slope of the mountains and erode them, slowly erode them and deposit the alluvial into the river basin. They carry forward the eroded material. Then they deposit their load consisting of stone, sand, silt along their courses and in their valleys. It is from these deposits that plains are formed. So plains are formed from the deposits that a river carry with them from the slopes of the mountains. Generally, plains are very fertile. Construction of transport network is easy. Thus, these plains are very thickly populated regions of the world. Some of the largest plains made by the rivers are found in Asia and North America. For example, in Asia, these plains are formed by Ganga and Brahmaputra in India and Yangtze in China. Plains are the most useful areas for human habitation. There is great concentration of people as more flat land is available for building the houses, industries, cultivation and all those facilities. Because of fertile soil, the land is highly productive for cultivation. In India too, Indo-Gangetic plains are the most densely populated regions in the country. So the area of Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Delhi, all these are the plain areas. So landforms and the people. Humans have been living in different kind of landforms in different ways. Life is difficult in mountain areas. Plains provide much better conditions. It is easy to grow crops, build a house, construct a road in a plain as compared to the mountain. Sometimes natural calamities such as earthquake, volcanic eruptions, storms and floods cause widespread destruction. So huge loss of life and property takes place. By creative awareness about such incidences may be lower the risk. So we have to be aware about the natural calamities like earthquake and floods. So you may find out from your surrounding in how many ways we use the land and the water. Quite often we use the land in wasteful manner. For example, constructing a house on a fertile land. So from a land from where we could have extracted good crop and the food grains, we have wasted that land by constructing the houses. Similarly, we threw garbage on the land and in the water, making them dirty. We should avoid using such important gift of nature in a careless manner. The available land is not only for our use, it is our duty to leave the earth a better place for the future generations to come and use. So we can see different kind of landforms here. Some steeps are there, some other kind of snowy region is also there. So we do have plateaus, plains and the mountains. Three major landforms that are there. Thank you for watching.